my name is Betty Robertson and I teach wood carving. Today's class is how to carve a wood spirit in a profile typeface. I have several examples here that will help give you an idea of what we're going to be doing. The first one is a good example of how it would hang on the wall. It would just sit like this. It looks great at a doorway where you would walk by and see this portion of the face staring at you. And as you look at this, you can see this is not the widest wood. So this wood was actually kind of salvaged by making a 3/4 or half face. You can keep many pieces of wood that, or bark that you would not be able to use normally. My best example of that is this is a kind of a more of a 3/4 type example of a face that I do like carving at times. But you can see here the cracks in the surface go fairly deep, and that you would not be able to do much with this because one, that it slants to the side, and by the time you took this off you would have very little room to finish what you started to carve if you were doing a full face. And our next example are pretty much the same as the others. This one was a fairly good piece of wood. It's nice to just carve on a good piece of wood sometimes. And this one you can see is very poor quality due to the cracks that go down fairly deep here. It would have been all the way down to here, which would not give you a good face if it were a full face, because you would not be able to get this full profile of the nose. And take a good look at these. This is a good example of what will be the highest on your carving, or should be, is the nose. The deepest point will be here. Your eyebrows do raise above the eyes. Your mustache sticks out over the bottom lip, forming a beard below. So these are our examples that we have for you today. I won't talk too much about tools. I will mention that I always wear a carving glove, even though I have my wood holding device. I love using the wood holding device. It will slip on occasion if I don't get it tight, which is not that uncommon for me. I use calipers and pliable rulers or straight edge rulers. I have many pencils available so I can mark what I'm carving. And please remember, I'm always carving for the camera. If it looks uncomfortable or awkward, many times it is, because I'm trying to make this carving work for you to see what you need to do to carve your carving. You'll see me take extra cuts or more cuts than most people would. Sometimes I do that for demonstration. Sometimes I do it because it's awkward. Sometimes I do it because I have a bit of arthritis. So please bear with the fact you may see several of the same cut. The tools that I do use are flex cut. I have a combination of two size palm tools, being that one is longer like this and the shorter ones are like this. I have a small collection of mallet tools that you will see me use a lot of times for clearing big portions of wood away. In this instance, the cottonwood bark, which I will most of the time just call wood. I have many visual aids that I've purchased that I keep when I teach classes. This shows you many noses here that you can make, and it shows them profile. It's a very nice little tool to have if you're not familiar with carving that much. This is carving a wood spirit. This is one of the first things I purchased for myself. I also have this little guy, which is a great example of what you can do with a wizard. He would not only work well for a wizard, but if you look closely, he's very snaggletooth, and you could do what I call my country cousins, using him as an example. He also works well at the top of the hiking stick, as well any wood spirit that you make. You just might want to reduce the size of the nose, so if you do drop it, you do not lose your nose in the process. This one was the first thing that I purchased, and it's a 3D visual of how to carve a wood spirit. Worked really well for me, and these do help you as you start your carving. I will also show you these cuts that I have from the book that I have, How to Carve a Wood Spirit. It's a full face wood spirit, but I also have the book. This is a handout that I give in classes. This is the basic tools that I have. They vary in width and size, and the cuts as we go along are demonstrated in the book, which helps you remember and visualize as we go along. The first ones are the basic for the eyes. You have your eye cuts and the nose, including the eyelids. I try to show you many ways of using your tools, so you may see me use something with a knife 1 minute and then switch to the hand tools the next. I like to demonstrate as much as I can. So the next cuts are visualized here. Adding more cuts shows you the cuts you can make and how to shape the nose and reversing the tool, etc. And even more in the lower area for developing more at the edge of the nose. So keep these in mind as we carve, and I will try to demonstrate these cuts for you and maybe even use one of the previous carvings to demonstrate.